R&R gets you ready for tonight's game. The Shootaround.
It's R&R in the morning. Shoot-around time. We preview the Spurs and the Utah Jazz. Spurs hit the road after a 5-game homestand. They lose ugly before they leave. They take on Utah tonight, and to get us ready, Carolina Teague, our Spurs insider, joins us. Good morning, Carolina. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Just waking up, about to get my Starbucks mocha latte with almond milk, no whipped cream, ready to take on the day.
She's one of those orders. Almond
That's
milk.
like, you Starbucks people spend about $50 a week. Y'all are crazy.
You know, if we're talking coffee.
Yes, let's talk coffee
We've
real
had some
quick.
pretty good coffee around the ranch this morning. Carl Schoenig brings in, what kind of coffee maker was this?
There's a Ninja.
Ninja.
Which is actually cheaper than the Keurigs that we have out there,
He's spoiling me for the Keurig, man. I'm not a coffee guy. I thought Keurig was good coffee.
Me too.
Me too.
Well, evidently it's not. What kind of coffee was this morning?
Pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice.
I think I got it at Central Market, or Bianca did at least.
It even smells delightful.
Yeah.
So you're one of the pumpkin spice people.
I am now. I didn't know I was, but I am now.
I'm not a pumpkin guy.
Really?
No.
It's pumpkin spice.
Yeah, it's the spice that makes it wonderful, Rudy.
The Spurs could have used some pumpkin spice against the Hornets.
We're going to need some spice. So when you look at what's the first thing that you think of, Carolina, when you think of the Utah Jazz?
They're on fire right now. They're on fire. That's the first thing that I think of. They're on an 8-game winning streak right now. And out of the last 4 games, the Utah Jazz has beaten their opponent by 20 or more points. And that is a franchise record for the Utah Jazz. So when I think of the Utah Jazz, I think of a huge fire going up in flames and a small firefighter trying to put that fire out. Well, that's the Spurs.
with that in mind, as hot as they are, and they're hot at home, and we're the firefighter. Who is the little firefighter that's going to put them out? Is there one guy that we can look at, or is this going to have to be one of those total team 3 guys, 4 guys, and 20 points? And, under 10 turnovers and 25 assists. Do they almost have to be perfect tonight?
Good question, Rob.
Absolutely. I don't think there's actually one firefighter that's going to, have to pull through. I think they're all, as a collective, going to have to play some great basketball tonight. Because the last time we saw the Spurs going up against the Hornets, the thing that I didn't see, which I was hoping to see, was perimeter defense and defense in general. I didn't see any defense the last game against the Spurs. Gordon Hayward scored 41 points.
What?
Yeah, Gordon Hayward scored 41 points, and I wasn't even expecting that. I was expecting Terry Rozier to take the reins and be able to shoot from the 3-point, but Gordon Hayward scored 41 points, second careerist highest scoring game of his career, and he didn't even play the fourth quarter. Spurs gave up 110 points before the end of the third quarter. And I just didn't see defense all night long. So in order for the Spurs to beat the Jazz tonight, they're going to have to all play an incredible game. And I think one of the things that stands out to me is Brent Forbes had an incredible game last time, because I feel like there's always a silver lining when you think about the Spurs and their last performance. Brent Forbes scored his season-high 25 points, and the Spurs finally scored 100% at the free throw line, which they've been struggling at the free throw line. So I think for the Spurs to defeat the Jazz, they're going to have to play perfect basketball.
I worry about Gobert. I mean, one, he's taking a beating. A lot of people, he's not that great a defender, and he's been kind of defensive. But on a team that doesn't shoot the 3 ball well, as the Spurs that don't shoot a lot of 3, I won't say they don't shoot it well. I'll say they don't shoot a lot of 3s. They do a lot more slashing and stuff like that. Rudy Gobert is a real, in the world of non-defense, he's a real rim protector.
Let's get everybody ready to know ourselves.
Yeah.
Know yourself.
I was running through the 6 with my walk.
Spurs head up to Utah with the usual starters. We expect to see the double Ds there at guard, Derek and DeJounte.
Oh.
Come on, Rudy, where are you at? It's Friday.
When you said it.
Well,
Okay,
just-
go ahead. Let's go. Let's go.
We expect to see Keldon as well. And we will have Jakob Pertl. And you just brought up Rudy Gobert. When you look at what Utah does and you look at how the Spurs lost, you talked about the perimeter defense that we saw against Carolina. What we saw, there was none.
None.
Most of what we saw from Hayward were wide open 3-point shots all night long. Now, when I saw that, there was the deliberate 5 on the glass. The Spurs were trying to rebound to get fast breaks started, but they intentionally left shooters open. Do you expect to see that tonight against Ingles and Clarkson and the rest of those 3-point snipers there with the Utah Jazz?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Right.
I just don't see the defense doing really that great. So I'm just kind of being honest right now. The Jazz are on fire right now. But I think in addition to that defense on the perimeter, they also need to protect the rim as well. Because it's really the Jazz are are actually the greatest team right now, and they protect when protecting the rim. They're 20 for 25. They're about 71% for the season. So San Antonio Spurs have to absolutely not only protect their rim, but they also have to play great perimeter defense as well. So that's where I'm at with that. Just defense is the main thing for the Spurs tonight.
Let's talk Utah Jazz. Let's find out about the enemy.
Know your enemy.
Mike Conley, Spida, Donovan Mitchell, Bojan Bogdanovic, Royce O'Neal, and Rudy Gobert round out their starting 5. The Utah Jazz are favored by 11.5 points tonight.
What?
I think I like that line. I might go a little bit higher.
I didn't think Conley was going to work with them, Rob. And I still don't know if
Is it because you just don't like Conley, or did you think it wasn't a fit? Because I never have been a Conley fan.
I like Conley's game.
Okay.
I like Conley's game. He needs the ball. Donovan but was used to handling the ball before he got there. And I still don't know if it works. I mean, it's not like they've gone to a final.
They had the best record in the league last year, but yeah, they didn't make the finals. You're right.
Or Western Conference finals for that matter.
Yeah.
Injuries played a role in that. I mean, Conley was hurt during the early part of the playoffs. They did suffer a fair amount. But this is the finest and last iteration of this Utah Jazz team. They kept everybody together. This is the 3rd year in a row they've run this team back.
Mm-hmm.
They added Conley last year. Gobert continues. Spida's about at his apex. Jordan Clarkson can't play any better. He's all-star. So you've rounded into 3 all-stars. This team has to do it this year. Their window is closing. There's a reason why Danny Ainge was brought in this week, because there's not much more they're going to be able to do with this roster. They might get to play around a little bit and maybe add one more piece, but they're at the end of their little run. But on the good side of that, they can't play any better. This is the one team that stood pat. You know, the Lakers lost a few, added a few. Phoenix, for the most part, stood pat, but they had a little bit of aging to do. This was a team that was well-aged and ready to win, but for a couple of things felt like they should have been there. This is a team, as they head into the second half, that has to play well, and they're doing everything right. They're shooting threes. They're defending the rim. They're doing exactly the kind of Utah Jazz things that help them to win. I'm just not sure at the end of the day if it's going to be enough when they face an athletic team like they've got thrown out with the Clippers, or they see a Phoenix team that can spread them out a little bit more and aren't so worried about Gobert because they've got a big to match. It's going to be tough for them, but they're doing it the right way. We're going to have to defend the 3 tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to do that. And also, I think I agree with your point, Rob. I think that this is probably one of the last seasons that they're able to do that. And that's why they brought in Rudy Gay in order to bring that veteran presence and to be that strong person on the bench as well. So it's really interesting to see Rudy Gay coming out as well. Yeah, so it'll be fun to see. And I think, yeah, you're right. It's absolutely one of their last games. But nonetheless, they're on fire, but one of the things that they do lack is their perimeter defense. So the Spurs do have an opportunity to shoot at the 3 as well. So if they lack a perimeter defense and the backcourt with Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley isn't that great, then Spurs do have an opportunity to capitalize off of that.
Looking at Utah, they're second in scoring at a $116. They're first in field goal percentage at 48%. They're second in point differential.
They're good.
And they're 4th overall defensively.
And I got to add there and warn you, Rob, they average 42.4 3-point attempts per game. They're going to be putting them up.
They rain threes, and it does not matter. So we're talking about that versus the team with the lowest 3-point output, the lowest per number, the lowest per game. It is a fundamental difference in styles, and it's so strange to know that Quinn Snyder comes from Pop's tree,
yeah.
but he has adopted something completely different than any of the other Spurs coaches have, and he's probably been the most successful of the others, other than Bud, who actually has a ring.
I kind of feel sad for the Spurs, too. I just want to throw that in there. I do kind of feel a little bit sad for the Spurs because last game they played the Hornets, who are second in threes, and there's only one team higher than them, and that's the Utah Jazz, and they play them tonight.
And we didn't defend it. We knew that they were going to shoot threes, and yet we watched Hayward standing outside alone hitting three.
Well,
after
Pop
three
went with
after three.
But Pop went pathetic, soft. He said it's close to Christmas, Rob. So the pathetic speech came a little early this year.
Well, you let him shoot 53% from three. Pathetic is the word that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Carolina Teague, our Spurs insider. Every Spurs game, you get that. Thanks for stopping by, Carolina.
Thanks, CT.
Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Carolina Teague,
Thanks,
right here
Bye.
on R&R in the Morning.